Doctor Who, the dangerous assassin. There was a conspiracy to remove the king of the planet Freedonia. The plotter's plan was to send an assassin called Dexter Carter to kill the king. Dexter was good at shooting people from a long distance. He took up a residence on the street under the name of Cody Lawson. Dexter positioned himself behind his curtains so he couldn't be seen, but was in a good spot to shoot the king. A parade was happening today, and the king was going to make an appearance. He would be riding down the street with his family, the perfect spot for an assassination. Soon the parade began. Eventually the parade came down Dexter's street, and the king was in range for Dexter to take the shot. He soon found himself a clean shot. He took it. Suddenly, a blue box appeared in the middle of the street, and the bullets ricocheted off it. "Fuck!" yelled Dexter. Some people noticed, so Dexter had to split. Doctor Who, the dangerous assassin, written and read by Nick Payne. Down on the ground, the blue box's doors opened, and a man and a woman stepped out. They walked up to the king. Hello, your majesty. My name is the Doctor. And this is Lisa Hartfell, the doctor said. We work for the space agency, and we believe there is a plot to assassinate you, sire. Who are the people trying to kill me? The king asked. We don't know who exactly, Agent Lisa Hartfell said, but we do know that they are twats. Language, please, the Queen said. There are children present. Meanwhile, Dexter Carter had managed to reach an alley far away from the main street. A figure stepped round a corner. What happened, Carter? The figure asked Dexter. Some blue box thing appeared and I wasn't able to target the king. And I yelled the F word and people heard me, so I had to... Yes, I know all about that, you incompetent shit, the hooded figure said with a cold, chilling voice. We are going to give you another chance, but don't fail us again, Carter. The figure continued. You know what happens to those who fail or displease us. And with that, the figure disappeared round the corner. Dexter Carter decided to head back the other way, back towards the city centre. At the palace, the Doctor and Lisa had accompanied the royal family home after deeming it too dangerous to continue the parade. The king was sitting with the Doctor and Lisa in a conference room with some guards. The Queen and the princes and princesses were elsewhere in the palace, safely out of the way. The Doctor and Lisa had tried to get the king to be with them, but he had some work to do, which was what he would have done after the parade. Now he can get an early start, or so he thought. A short while later, the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition entered. Hello, Your Majesty. We're glad you're safe, the Prime Minister said. Thank you, Robert, the King said. Doctor, Lisa, this is Robert Cowell, the Prime Minister, and Laurie Smithers, the leader of the opposition, the King said, introducing the Doctor and Lisa to Robert and Laurie. It's nice to meet you both, the Doctor said formally. He leant out his hand to be shaken. Laurie Smithers leant out his hand to shake the Doctor's. Indeed it is. Doctor? Smithers asked. Dr. John Smith, or just the Doctor? The Doctor replied. They stopped shaking each other's hands. The Doctor then shook Cowell's hand, whilst Lisa shook Smithers. Lisa then shook Cowell's hand. So what is your plan to protect the king, Doctor? Cowell asked. Easy, the Doctor said. We're going to wait here till the assassin shows his probably ugly face around here again. Everyone looked at the Doctor with shock. That is the most stupidest idea I have ever heard, Lisa said. Dexter Carter walked round to a fence surrounding the boundary of the palace. He had his sniper gun in a bag along with his other gear. He looked around and noticed a security camera high up. Then he noticed two trees standing close to each other, but on opposite sides of the fence. He decided to climb up one and climb over the fence and onto the other tree. He just managed to grab hold of the tree and clung on. the bag weighing him down slightly. He managed to climb onto the branch and slid down the trunk. He managed to get to the ground and walked around the grounds, attempting to avoid detection. He then saw the king in a room. Quickly, he looked for a position to shoot the king from. He saw another big tree, not too dissimilar to the ones he had climbed up, but high enough to reach the king. He climbed up the tree. He wondered how much tree climbing he would have to do until he completed his mission. He managed to get into a comfy position. Well, as comfy as you can in a hard and lumpy bark-covered tree. He got out his sniper and positioned it. He aimed at the king's head, his figure on the trigger. He took the shot. The doctor had moved into the way of the now speeding bullet as he tried to assure everyone that his plan was foolproof. That's when he was hit in the thigh by the bullet. The bullet was lodged into him, meaning that the king was safe, but the doctor was injured. He yelled painfully. With lightning speed, Lisa Hartfell whipped out her gun and started shooting in the direction of the sniper. The guards did the same thing, firing at the room's balcony's glass door. "Stop shouting at the door!" the king yelled, getting up and ushered away by a guard. "The assassin's outside!" Lisa stopped firing and opened the door, avoiding the guards' bullets as they stopped. She stepped out onto the balcony and saw the assassin. Carter swore loudly when he saw he had missed. "Fuck!" Then he saw Lisa coming out and swore even louder. "Fucking shit!" After his swearing, Carter quickly climbed down the tree and tried to run off. Lisa looked over to her left towards that side of the balcony. She noticed a vine plant growing next to it. With haste, she put her gun back in her holder, jumped down and climbed down the vine. Once she reached the bottom, she ran after Carter. Carter managed to get back to the two trees, but Lisa was right behind him. Carter managed to climb up a tree and swung over to the other one. He quickly climbed down. When he got to the bottom, he turned to face Lisa, who had arrived at the trees. For a moment, they stared at each other. Suddenly, Lisa then grabbed a branch, climbed up and swung to the other tree. Carter, noticing, sprinted away. Lisa managed to climb down the tree on the other side of the fence. She saw Carter running off. "Pussy," she said, and chased after him. Meanwhile, back at the palace, the doctor was laying on the floor in pain. Blood dripped from his wound where the bullet had hit him. "There's a private mini-hospital downstairs," the king said. "We could take him there." So the doctor was carried downstairs to the private mini-hospital. The doctor was placed on a bed and a medical doctor managed to remove the bullet and bandage the Time Lord's wound. The Time Lord doctor got up and leapt to his feet. He rubbed his hands together. "Jesus Christ, Doctor! You were shot and lying on the bed injured a minute ago," Robert Cowell said. But the doctor was a bit preoccupied, mainly about not being dead, and the fact that he knew who was behind the plot.
"Well, that was painful. But now I can finally reveal the mastermind behind this plot,"
the doctor said.
"When I saw him, I knew straight away who it was. And I don't even need that assassin fellow to know."
Lisa was in pursuit of Carter. She saw an alley, a shortcut. She took it and ran down. She increased speed as soon as she overtook Carter, then turned and managed to run round and block his path. In doing so, she punched him hard in the face. Carter fell to the floor, screaming in agony as he did. "Hey, I know you," Lisa said. "You're Dexter Carter, the known assassin." Carter could only reply with a cry of pain. "Ah! Ah!" At that moment, a police car drew up alongside them. The front passenger window scrolled down. "Hey, do you need help?" a policewoman asked, with another policewoman in the driver's seat. "Yes, please," Lisa said, drawing her gun and pointing it at Dexter. "I need this man arrested and we need to go to the palace."
"I can now finally reveal the mastermind who's behind this devious plot,"
the doctor said. He was finally ready to reveal the blooming name.
"The mastermind really is Laurie Smithers!"
There were lots of gasps. "Me?" Laurie asked. "Preposterous!" He looked at the doctor, angrily. But this was not the anger of a man falsely accused of a crime he didn't commit. This was the anger of a man exposed of a crime he had committed, and a pretty big and terrible one at that. At least, as big and terrible as plotting to kill your king could be, treason and all. A guard noticed the look.
"Hey, your face shows that of a man exposed of a horrendous crime, not that of being falsely accused of one," the guard said. "You still look extremely pissed, in an angry way."
Smithers' face grew redder with anger. Suddenly, Smithers ran towards the door, but as he reached it, the door swung open and hit him in the face. Smithers fell to the floor in pain. Lisa and Dexter entered the room, Dexter restrained by Lisa, who also had the gun pointed at his head. "I heard you guys were down here," Lisa said. "I caught the would-be assassin. He is Dexter Carter, a known hired assassin. The only thing is, he hasn't told me who hired him."
"Yeah, and you won't get nothing out of me," Carter said. "Well, at least that's something," Smithers said through his cries of pain and agony. Oh shit, I just gave myself away, didn't I? Oh.
"Yes," the king said, "plus the fact that you were running away when the doctor named you as the man behind the plot." Smithers was picked up by a guard. Another two took Carter from Lisa, who returned her gun to her pocket. "You fools," Smithers said. "I was the leader behind the plot, but not the mastermind. That was someone else."
"But why did you do it?" Carol asked.
"Me and a couple of others wanted to get rid of the king because we didn't want a monarchy," Smithers replied. "So we hired Carter to kill him." There was a pause.
"Is that it?" Lisa asked. "All this for that?"
"Yeah, pretty much," Smithers replied.
"Take them away,"
the head of security said. "There's a police car out front if thou'll help," Lisa said as Smithers and Carter were removed from the room.
"Thanks, miss," one of the guards said.
"So how did you know it was Smithers, Doctor?" the king asked. "Apart from just his looks. Because, you know, looks can be deceptive."
"Well," the doctor said, "when I was shot, I snatched a piece of paper that was hanging out from his pocket and quickly read it. It listed him, Carter, and the name of all the other people in the conspiracy. I don't know who the mastermind of the plot was, though. I thought that was Smithers."
The doctor gave the Prime Minister the list.
"These are the people who you will be looking for. I shall hand it over to the Chief of Police immediately, and afterwards I shall ask the other party to appoint a new leader who is not part of the conspiracy,"
Robert Carroll said. He then walked out of the palace. The doctor and Lisa turned to the king.
"Thank you, Doctor. Lisa," the king said. "You saved me and caught a dangerous assassin."
It was nothing," Lisa said. "Goodbye, Your Majesty, and good luck."
"Thank you and farewell," the king said.
Just after Smithers and Carter had been taken away and Carroll had gone to see the Chief of Police, the pair then walked back to the TARDIS and set off back to the space agency. Inside the console room, Lisa came up to the doctor. "You know, all that assassin chasing and capturing and traitor and conspiracy reveal has turned me on," she said. The doctor looked at her baffled. Lisa frowned at this.
"I mean, I'm not going to turn you down, it's just that... That turns you on?"
the doctor asked Lisa. Lisa smiled and then stripped in front of him. "I get turned on by anything for you," she said. The doctor smiled.
"Oh, fuck it."
He then too stripped. The two naked, the doctor threw Lisa onto the console room sofa, and the two engaged in passionate, romantic sex. In a high-security prison back on Freedonia, a strange man walked up to the door of Laurie Smithers' cell and looked through the barred door. Smithers, wearing a black and white striped shirt and trousers, which were obviously too small and tight for him, looked up from his bed. "Oh, shit," he said. I won't tell them about you, Master." Smithers spluttered to his master, who was looking at him angry and disappointed.
"I expected more from you, Smithers. I thought you could kill your king," the mysterious man said. "But like the Nestines, you have failed me. I shall no longer be requiring your services."
The mysterious man then left, leaving Smithers clutching the bars of his cell door, worried about what his master was planning. Next. The end. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne Extra YouTube channel.